Hello, movie buffs. Welcome back to another episode of Decrypting Movies. You're watching MW. I'm Mary Dawson, and today's episode we're gonna decrypt Host. Alright, guys, so this is my blog on the host. So it's a short blog, not revealing any spoilers. So it's available on Netflix. It's a Korean movie released in 2006. Runtime is around 2 hours, and my one word review is intensive. IMDb rating is 7.1, and my verdict is it's more than a monster movie. So yeah, so if you don't want to see the trailer or watch this decrypting episode, you can just read the blog and decide whether to watch this movie or not. So we'll just jump into the trailer before we start decrypting it. Let me just put it on full screen. All right.
Mr. Kim, formaldehyde, dirty formaldehyde. Pour him into the sink. Your daughter's still alive. Why didn't you contact the police or the military? A human rights organization, something.
That was pretty much the whole movie in the trailer. They have revealed the whole movie in the trailer. So what is the story of The Host? So it is a monster movie, and it is more than a monster movie because you have a lot of symbolism employed in it. And I want to reveal that it is not an English movie, it's a Korean movie, so there is some dialogue. So the trailer starts with an English dialogue, only that sequence is in English. So the whole movie is in Korean, and I would recommend you to watch in Korean with English subtitles, so then you can get the originality of the movie. So the story is there are some chemicals being disposed into a river in Korea, Han River, I guess. So because of these chemicals over the years, a monster is coming into picture, and the fishes are being dead, and there are this monster is being sighted in different point of time, and finally during the opening sequence we see the monster. So this is the story, and this is actually the opening plot, and the remaining the rest of the whole story is about the family, where a protagonist is running a snack bar along the river, and he's living with his dad and his daughter. He's dimwit. He occasionally falls asleep. He has that disorder, I guess, and he has a sister who's a national medalist archer, and he has a brother who's a political activist. So this is the family, almost 3 generations, as they told in the trailer, living together, and how the monster impacts this family. And they basically, the monster takes away the daughter at the first opening sequence. So there we get the motive for the protagonist. The whole family and the protagonist wants to recover the daughter from the holds of the monster. So this is the core plot, and around this core plot, the director has employed a lot of symbolism, political statements, metaphors, and has made this film amazingly beautiful. I enjoyed it. Actually, I picked it up from Tarantino's favorite list of movies. It's so good. Let us break down bit by bit. So as you can see, the inciting incidents is when the monster comes into the whole view of the monster. We see it at the very beginning, and it's a traditional it's a break of tradition, because in most of the monster movies you see the whole view of the monster at the end or towards the end. So but in this movie, the director has made that scene in the very beginning itself. So that is the inciting incident. The monster comes into this riverside shore, and it takes away a lot of people, and one of them is it eats a lot of people. One of them it also takes away a lot of people. So one of them is the protagonist's daughter. So she gets basically kidnapped by the monster, and that's how and the story kickstarts. So the military then comes into picture. As you can see, they control the situation. Since this is one of a kind situation and unprecedented situation to solve from the government, so they are making people who come contact with the monster isolated, and they want to vaccinate them, and so they are keeping everyone in a secluded place, and they are not allowed to go outside, and this is how the story is being developed. So the family has to escape from the holds of the government in order to go find their daughter. They still believe that the daughter is alive, because even though the government and the authorities declare that everybody the monster has taken would be probably dead, they still believe in it. And we even have scenes where the daughter gets mobile somehow, and she contacts one of the family members, and after that they are very sure that their daughter is alive, and they are going to get their daughter. So this is the whole movie, the journey of a family to retrieve the kid is the story of Host. So now let us talk about the symbolism employed. Obviously, the director is making a lot of political statements. He's even gone to extent mocking his own country, and you see a lot of unnecessary restrictions and enforcements are being put in by the government on ordinary people already. So the protagonist is a very he's from a very low class, and we see the livelihood of low class people through his story or his point of view, how people struggle also. So he's the director Bong Joon-ho, I guess. So he's also the director of Parasite, winner of Oscar picture. Definitely. So this movie is as good as Parasite, and most 90% similar to Parasite. I think the hero is also the same hero, and if you see the metaphor, the political statements, how Western countries are influencing the Asian countries, all those political statements are given in the form of subtle expressions and scenes. And also, one of the highlights I enjoyed in this movie is the whole movie is on a serious note. A monster is coming into picture, and the government is taking a lot of evasive actions, and the scenes are very intensive, and in between we have this comical scenes too, where if you see, just observe this particular scene. So this is a very intense scene, and this guy gets slipped up, and he's trying to cover it up because he's an authority from government. He doesn't want himself to be shown weak. And there is one scene where the funeral is held for people who went missing or presumed dead, and the whole family is crying and crawling on the floor, pulling each other. This is a very comical scene. The scene was developed to intense moment where you think you're going to be silent and observe what's going to happen. It's going to be a very emotional scene, but then you have this comical sudden change of comical tone. It was very pleasant and entertaining, and the chase, the journey of the family to hunt down the monster and get their daughter was amazing and inspiring. And that's where you get connected to each of the characters, the brother, the sister, and how the lives and the politics in Korean country. It's a very good movie, artistic movie, well developed characters and beautiful screenplay. Monster is just a factor in the movie, it is not the whole movie, and that's why my verdict was it's more than a monster movie. So it's more of a drama movie, the journey of a family to find their kid. So monster is an important element and it's not the whole movie. I think everybody who enjoys Hollywood movies would definitely enjoy this movie, even though it's in a different language and you have to watch it with English subtitles. It's an amazing movie. Do watch it without fail. It's a must in your wish list. And with that, I'm wrapping up this episode on Decrypting movies. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll catch up in another episode of Decrypting movies. Until then, it's Mary Dawson. You're watching MWM. Bye bye.